and your storage, those are yours. Except that the price for those are still fluctuating quite a bit. So let's say if you have 100 EOS, you're not guaranteed, depends on the market supply and market demand. Smart contract, EOS, it's essentially a smart contract platform, just like Ethereum, Ethereum. Whereas EOS doesn't use another language, say Ethereum uses Solidity, whereas EOS, you can just program with C++, and your C++ code will end up. So above are the basic introduction of the EOS blockchain itself, and yeah, we can have some questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you stake for multiple things with the same tokens, like memory and bandwidth and voting? Like, can you
with one EOS, can you stake multiple things?
Yeah.
You can break your EOS into two. You can stake 0.5 EOS to this.
I know, but like say you have like 1,000 EOS and you want to do 1,000 votes. If you already do 1,000 votes, can you also simultaneously like reserve RAM or bandwidth?
Unfortunately, you can't. Yeah, the memory is a buy and sell to a network. You are staking in to acquire that piece of resources, and it has to be separate. Say you have 1,000 EOS, I have 200 EOS. I bought memory. It's gone. It's in the memory section, and then 800 I want to another 200 buy the CPU, another 200 buy the network. Then you have that proportionally based on your account, and then the rest you can do delegate. You can delegate for voting, vote for the block producer you like, and also you can also delegate that into other usage, or delegate it to other people to vote on your behalf. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. It can only be used once, but you can get it back. For instance, if you're staking for CPU, 3 days later you can say, hey, I don't want to use it, I'll take it back, and I can always manage it based on my need.
Just like if you have a house to rent it out, it's not likely used. You can live there at the same time,
Yeah.
but you can also take a house back.
In what way does proof of stake concept is being manifested in terms of those components that you just go through with us? I mean, you started by saying that the proof of stake is different from the proof of work. So you show some parameters that the system is giving us. Those are essential characteristics of the system. So I'm just curious, in what way that the proof of stake make a particular component particularly unique to the system that you're describing? Maybe it's not an answerable question. Maybe the question doesn't make sense.
Oh, it makes sense. In terms of the proof of stake, or more specifically in EOS, we're talking about dedicated proof of stake, right? As a EOS holder, I can vote certain block producers, right? We are delegating our stake to that block producer. And while that active block the block producer become a active block producer, that's whole stake that active block producer is getting is the one proving they have the authority to generate the blocks in the rotation. So that's how this thing actually works.
Let's say the normal stake, if you stake in your token in order to produce next block, let's say you are a big whale, you stake all your tokens so you can produce the next block and claim your block reward. If you're being honest, you're very likely to be the one who forged the next block. But if you're malicious, that means you will lose our token. That's how normal proof of stake work, right? For delegated proof of stake, you are not staking your own token. You don't even have to have tokens as a block producer. But if you're acting malicious, it's just based on how the consensus algorithm works. It's identifiable who is malicious and don't have a chance to be a block producer again. that's in a way you're losing your potential future reward in this ecosystem.
Okay.
Does that answer?
More or less. I understand it more after you, after you explain it, thank you.
In what sense WebAssembly is used for EOS? So you execute both smart contracts on the nodes actually. What's the point to do it in the browsers?
WebAssembly?
Yes.
So far, just based on personal experience, we haven't used it to make the apps yet. So just from experience, I can't really give you a good answer on that. Has anybody made the apps on Ethereum? EOS so far?
On that, the WebAssembly part, WebAssembly is one of the upcoming standard supported by many browsers and many larger tech companies to be one of the standards.
So it's not a thing for EOS yet? It's not a thing for EOS yet?
Yeah, it's a designed to be used as EOS. EOS, let's say, interpreter engine to run the smart contract, but not the standard actually EOS set it for. It's adapting the best in class industry technology and standard to run the application. The WebAssembly.
In other words, I cannot use it right now. I cannot use it in 11th of July 2018.
You can use it now. Yeah, WebAssembly is already built in as part of their smart contract interpretation.
Even up and coming isn't like, it'll be popular.
Well, the question is not about WebAssembly, about how you use EOS with WebAssembly, what's the use cases at all? Smart contract executed.
So I guess if you make the Java, like, so you get some JavaScript back, you're wondering where in the browser you can run that?
I think the question is,
EOS?
why would you run a smart contract using WebAssembly if the code is executing in the 21 block producers?
Yeah, it's just a popular standard that so people want to use a standardized things to run it instead of using any let's say self-developed engine to run any application. Think about the different one. Let's say people know Node.js, right? Does Node.js has to be run on the Chrome V8 engine? It doesn't have to. It just happened to be the Chrome V8 engine is one of the best engines out there and become a backend thing for many of the developers. It's supposed to be, well, it was designed to be running on a browser side on the front end, but people repurpose it, and because it's popular and have high efficiency, it become a popular thing for backend as well. Comparing to other main blockchain technology, some of them are using V8 as well. Let's say Nebulous is one of them. At the same time, I think that's for the efficiency part of it, because of the JavaScript interpretation engine using just-in-time compilation is always slightly slower than WebAssembly as the next generation of the web let's say web browser engine. So that's I think that, well, again, it's my understanding is for the performance side of things, EOS decided using this technology to improve the performance of the execution of the chain code.
All right, for a specific Thank you.
I gotta go.
There's another question on Telegram. Can you guys check it for me?
No, it was actually already asked, but we don't know the answer yet. We need like to check
Okay. Oh, that's
the
fine.
documentation. Yeah, I wrote it down. It's like just
Oh, okay.
like a memo.
So, question for you. So we're starting an exchange and we're gonna need to like create deposit addresses for each of our users. And we're used to the format where you just like generate a private key and there's your address. It looked like it's a little bit more involved creating an address where funds can be received based on that diagram that you showed the slides back. So what's really involved in giving somebody an address that they can deposit to right away?
You still just need one address.
So I can just generate that offline, we don't have to touch the network, and people can just send money to that address.
Well, generating address, you can. I know there's offline generator for the EOS account. You can use that for sure.
So basically, I don't need to initialize a wallet for somebody before
Not necessarily.
Or
Not necessarily, but a new feature is that someone can have multiple, well, new feature for your exchange, I guess. Someone can have multiple EOS addresses, and you just give them one wallet to manage all that. Whereas other exchange or any other blockchains, one exchange only you can have one account.
So it means it's not human readable because you generate account offline.
If he generate a address that it won't be human readable, it'll just be a public key and private key pair. Whereas if you generate a wallet, you can name your wallet, that's human readable.
Okay, so you have to be online.
Yeah.
So if I develop a EOS app on the browser side, say a browser game, okay, so is it a use case for WebAssembly, so I can like save game state or application state more efficient to EOS block? Would that be a use case?
Yeah, I think, no, sorry, go ahead.
Just based on what EOS recommended, using their C++ and WebAssembly stack. So based on what they said, this is the most efficient way that work with their blockchain. But in terms of use case, I think it probably means, I think it's not exactly what a user case is. It's more of what kind of application would be a user case.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question? Any other ones? Okay, then we can move forward. Third part is just the news that happened in the last couple weeks. This is a traditional way of doing event at NICAP. We have 3 topics and everybody just engage if you know the topic and share the idea and have a discussion. If you want to sure. You don't have to record. Nothing to record. So basically the first one is block 1 prefers to vote with their 100 million tokens. At the beginning of this EOS project, block 1 reserved